Today we're going to be spreading negativity, one of the most enjoyable things you can do in your life. We're going to be watching a video titled The Worst Performance from the Top 10 Players made about 3 weeks ago. I'm going to preface this video with a couple things. That bad results do not define you, although everyone on the internet will pretend like it does. People are going to say you're washed, you're trashed, and to hang it up, Unc. And that's things that, it's hurtful stuff to say, I'll be honest. We're gonna watch this video, we're gonna give our thoughts, and we're gonna talk about it. Because I think it's very easy to look at this video as extremely negative and derogatory, but we're gonna be the bigger men.
Today we're going to take a look at the worst performances by the top 10.
Speeding up that footage makes him look pissed.
Tweek, who is now enjoying retirement, was a player who always performed. Even going off into the sunset, getting 4th place in what is maybe the most stacked tournament of all time in Kagaribi 13.
I wonder if Tweek is happy with that placement. Knowing Tweek, absolutely not. He's probably pissed. He could have won the tournament and he would have been mad.
To find Tweek's worst performance, you gotta go all the way back to May 31st, 2019 at Smash and Splash 5.
Oh, this is when he lost to Wizzy.
Tweek's winner's side would end at the hands of melee legend Wizrobe. Wizzy would use slow tempos along with amazing fundamentals that he possesses very well.
Don't forget that Tweek decided to play Joker for some reason, as I am seeing right now. What the heck? I didn't know he played Joker for this set.
Tweek would try to also show his campy gameplay. But when you've played countless times against a player who lives for timing out anyone, you kinda don't get phased, and that was the case for Wizzy. However, Tweek would put a point on the board after winning Game 3, also having utilized 3 different characters already. The Slim Reaper would go on to have a horrendous performance in this set. But for Wizzy, this was a win where basic fundamentals gave one of the best players in the world at the time.
Dude, that's so weird to be the one guy popping off.
Tweek would go on to lose to the great Gonzalez, opting for now a 4th character pick. Tweek seemed to hope that counterpicking would throw off opponents. That would not be the case, however.
People forget that Tweek had like a huge character crisis for like most of the game's lifespan. Played Wario, played Young Link, played Roy, played Pokemon Trainer, obviously Diddy Kong, Sephiroth, played Ridley at some point. People probably don't know that. You saw Wolf, Joker. Notice how those are all really good characters. Except for Ridley, my bad.
Tweek would continue this counter pick ideology in the second game. This time trying out Wario. The start was very poor for the Slim Reaper. The ending was a bit better, but still resulted in a loss. Tweek would finally put a point on the board as he won Game 3. But only because Gonzalez handed him 2 free stocks.
Okay, he's mentioning the SDs, but he's not mentioning Tweek playing weird-ass characters. There's a little bit of bias in this commentary, is all I'm saying. I'm okay with bias, but I'm just pointing it out.
Tweek's gameplay woes continued as he could not get into the set. Finally, Great Gonzalez would end the misery and give Tweek a 33rd placement with a -10 in seeding underperformance.
So for people who don't know what an upset factor is, or like the things that he's talking about, let me just pull up the picture of a bracket real quick. We'll even pull up. If you are Tweek and you're projected to get like 4th place right here, and you lost at a -10 factor or whatever it's called, you lost 10 spots before you were supposed to lose. So instead of losing here and getting 4th, you lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what a -10 means.
Asimo escalated all the way to 9th in the world with Raaru, an achievement that was celebrated by all the lovers of the FGCs.
I'm just a big fan of Asimo. He is so good at this game, and Raaru is not that good.
Asimo has 2 events in which he equally underperformed. The first one being on November 25th, 2023, where Asimo got a 49th place finish. In the other, he got 25th place. But remember, we're taking into consideration the underperformance of your seed as well. But since 49th is a worse finish than 25th, we will focus on his finish that ended in 49th place.
Yeah, consider the tournament and stuff that they're at too. Like getting 49th at like Genesis versus getting 49th at like Big House or something. Do people even know what Big House is anymore? You get the idea. The bigger the tournament, the less shameful it is.
In both of these events, Asimo underperformed his seed by a score of -9. So, what on earth happened? Unfortunately, I could not find the gameplay for many of these sets that ended in upsets for Asimo. However, I did find the set that landed him a 25th place finish at Sumabato SP58. It happened against hero player Shuton. Honestly, the start of the first game looked like a noob had taken Asimo's controller. I can't even explain what happened here.
What an absolute gamer.
Asimo practically handed the game to Shuton.
What do you mean practically handed it to him? He brought that the last hit. Bro was sweating hard.
In the fourth game, Shuton also handed Asimo a homie stock. Asimo would easily win the fourth game thanks to the gift from the hero player. After another fast-paced game, Shuton would send the Ryu goat home with a JV2 win. One of the all-time greats without a shadow
God, there's like no transition. He just got 49th. He lost to this guy. Next.
of a doubt. MK Leo.
MK Leo. I actually don't know what his worst result is. I can't even think of it off the dome.
Leo's worst placement would come on May 1st, 2019 at Japan Major 2019/Umebura, placing at 33rd and...
Dude, I did it first. I get 33rd and now everyone else is doing it? Like, come on.
underperforming his seed by a score of -9. Leo lost in the winner's side to a Peach player by the tag.
Oh, it's this turn? Okay, no. I won't even count this. This isn't even like it's fair, sure. But this is when Leo was picking up Joker for the first time. This is literally his first tournament as Joker.
TKM would show great fundamentals and neutral play against the best in the world. Leo even got made to look like a fool twice when he suffered 2 shield breaks thanks to Mr. Saturn. Luckily, these shield breaks didn't lead to direct kills, but TKM would still be triumphant against Leo. For the second game, Leo opted for another character. This time, it was Lucina's turn to help MK Leo out. Even with this counter pick, TKM was still playing very well. And finally, TKM would cause one of the biggest upsets in Smash Ultimate history. Not to discredit this amazing win by TKM, but this was the time where MK Leo was first starting to play Joker competitively.
That's what I'm saying.
Most consistent Japanese player throughout a long period of time, Shuton.
I'm actually curious about this one.
He is consistent. Very consistent.
Don't tell me you're losing to this Ridley player, Shuton. Oh, no.
On October 22nd, 2019, Shuton would finish at 49th place
Hey.
with a seed underperformance of -10.
Hey, big numbers, big numbers, big numbers.
Shuton performed so badly, you can't even find any VODs of his gameplay on this day.
I've been there, brother. You play so bad you don't even make it onto stream.
Or maybe the TOs believed he would get by without any trouble, hence why there are no VODs of his gameplay. But either way, a tournament to forget for the legendary Japanese player.
That's it. That's it. That was the entire thing. Okay, I wish I had more context. He just did bad. I don't even know who he lost to in losers. The hell?
2 kids on the block and a player who plays Luigi in a way that almost feels unfair.
I think that's how every Luigi player feels to play. It's unfair.
The worst performance for Raaru came at Sumabato SP53. Raaru would come into this tournament as the #1 seed.
Hey, man. You just play Luigi, it just happens. Very, very volatile character. Your character may be broken, but sometimes he just gets +2'd by like Duck Hunt.
However, Raaru would underperform
Is he okay? Bro looks like he's been sipping the Henny.
his seed by a score of -8.
It's really not that
At
bad.
Sumabato SP53, Raaru would be shocked. First, by Sonic player Taiki. Taiki plays
See, yeah, like Sonic destroys Luigi, sure. Taike is also really good.
exactly how you need to play against Luigi. In the way most viewers despise. Campy. Taiki would abandon the campy game plan in the second game. The change in plan would pay off as Taiki now had a 2-0 lead. Taiki would stay on the aggressive game plan in game 3, but now Raaru had woken up. Now Raaru would start to get those brutal punishments when players approached Luigi incorrectly. And now Raaru got a point. Raaru would win the fourth game to tie up the set at 2-2 and take us into a game 5. Winning with even more authority than in the last game.
So what
and in
happened?
the final game of the set, Taiki
Oh, he hit the PS2? Sonic We Camp.
went full up a stock, you know, the vibes mode. Basically, just timing out Raaru. In losers, Raaru would be taken out by Rarikusu. A fast-paced game would follow for the first one.
Yeah, I don't know he'd lose to Falco, but this is also another really good gamer.
3 minutes, Rarikusu would go up 1-0. Yet again, another game in under 3 minutes would go by.
Under 3-minute games consistently, that's scrappy. But to be fair, you're fighting Luigi, he's got to scrap.
The high-paced action would not stop in game 3. Rarikusu would score game point 2 to take back the lead. In the fourth game, Rarikusu was simply better than Raaru. With a 2-stock victory, Rarikusu sent Raaru home to give him his worst performance at a major tourney. And speaking about being up a stock and knowing the vibes,
Uh-oh, Sonix, what happened?
the Dominican Sonix is a player who has single-handedly proved Sonic is a top-tier character with the proper execution. But despite all the hours of hard work you put in, sometimes you're going to have days where you're not on it. And unfortunately for Sonic,
his worst placement is second place. No, it's gotta be the Supernova placement where he lost to Dee. Who was the other person he lost to? I don't know.
days would be on the weekend of August 10th and 11th of 2023
Supernova.
at Super Smash Con 2023.
Hey, that's the one I popped off on.
Being seated at third, Sonix would have an underperformance of -7. Sonix would lose to a very respectable Samus player in
Asimo. Oh, that's surprising.
Unfortunately, there is no footage of this, probably because no one expected the outcome that happened. But later on in Losers, Sonix would lose to Dee. Dee would give Sonix a taste of his own medicine and time him out. Not being able to stand it anymore, Sonix just unplugged his controller and accepted his fate.
Hey man, that's just how it goes. People were like, oh, he rage quit, he already lost. There was nothing he could do, he already lost. He wanted to go on with his life.
At Pound 2019, Light would have a performance to forget.
I think this is roughly when I started playing Mega Man. Also, a performance to forget is crazy.
And underperforming by a score of -7.
Sheesh!
The first loss for Light would come against Daybreak. In a true moment of don't poke at the bear, or in this case, the wolf, Daybreak would win with an all-or-nothing downer that sent Light to Losers. A few sets in Losers later, and Light would take on Dark Wizzy. Light would get off to a flying start, winning games 1 and 2.
Yeah, but Light went to Battlefield for the last games. Jesus Christ, no wonder why he lost.
Of a true champion, and got the reverse 3-0.
Wait, I remember this down tilt back air from Wizzy because he came down from the stage. He was like, I've never done that before. I just thought it would work. In hindsight, bro, obviously it'll work. Look at the down tilt back air here. This is hella guaranteed.
Dark Wizzy showed the fight of a true champion and got the reverse 3-0 on the player seated first at this event. The once upon a time undisputed best player in the world, Akola.
Let's hear it.
Akola and MKLeo share lots of similarities.
MKLeo and Akola share lots of similarities. Outside of their results, I can't think of any. Maybe that they both kind of play Aegis? Let's hear it.
They both had a period where they were dominant.
Sure.
They both are amazing at reverse 3-0ing opponents.
I didn't know that.
And they both also lose to Mario randomly.
Number 1 player in the world, that's just what it is.
On April 25th through 28th of this year, Akola would bleed like never before. Coming in seated at first, Akola would underperform at a score of -10.
I remember this tournament. I'm somewhere back there, playing against Miya.
Kurama would use the forward aerial to perfection against the recoveries of Steve. Another forward aerial would seal game 2 for the Goliath Slayer. Akola would respond in the third game. However, when the Mario sisters pull up, you have to turn up. And Kurama was exceptional against this Goliath. And that sent Akola to Losers.
Damn, he was feeling himself. He threw his controller down. He's like, ah!
In the Losers, Akola would lose to another Mario.
Skinny
this time,
the Pooh.
the cult hero Skinny the Pooh.
Is this guy trash? What was that opener? This is who you guys are losing to? He nares into the blocks, jump capes. Sure, that's reasonable. Mash up B. Oh my god, this guy is garbage. I hope I never play him.
Skinny would hit a crazy combo in the last game to steal the win and cause a
footstool down here with no iron. Oh, why doesn't he do that versus me, dude?
This gave Akola his worst placement ever.
You're dead.
A 33rd place finish. And speaking about the very best players in the world, Miya is also someone who belongs in that conversation. But on August 27th, 2022, the Japanese competition proved too that this guy can bleed and lose unexpectedly. As the second seed, Miya would score a total of -10 on the underperformance of his seed. It happened against Wolf player Masha. Masha would take advantage of Miya wanting to play so aggressive and let the heavy hits do the work for him.
Dude, I love the story of Miya because it's not special really in any way. It's the same exact story that every young good top player goes through. Almost everyone, not everyone. You play super, like, you're very good, you're very talented, you play super balls to the wall, you are ruthlessly aggressive and you are never punished and everything goes your way. And then, like, you go through, like, I don't know, your year or so of like really good results and having a lot of fans because people love the way you play. And then, like, out of nowhere, things stop working out for you. People are microspacing around your mash, and you are no longer allowed to be that like degenerate running forward, rubbing your face on the controller, and you have to like pump the brakes a little bit. And I feel like that is Miya to a T, because now he's playing a lot slower and a lot more disciplined, and it's like it's looking more and more like a real player.
In game 2, the exact same thing happened. Masha using the heavy hits of Wolf to get the win on Miya. In the next round, Miya would lose to Kome.
So
There is no footage of the set, but Kome did go on to win 2-1. The man that is the heir to MK Leo's throne. The boy who became a man and accomplished his dream of being the best. The one and only Spargo. But with being the best comes the most amount of pressure.
where did he absolutely flop at? I feel like it was kind of recent. Was it at that Super Smash Con that Sonix threw? Or no, he won that with Roy, right? I don't remember.
And unfortunately, Spargo is the player to have the worst underperformance among all these top talented players.
Oh no. Minus
Just
11?
like Sonix, Spargo had the worst performance of his career at Super Smash Con 2023.
I was right.
Seated at number 1 and underperforming by a whopping minus 11,
Trash!
Spargo would lose via an insane reversal by the Japanese player.
Sheesh.
Spargo would quickly respond by winning game 2 in just a little over 2 minutes.
I mean, bro, he's on his last stock. That was a scrappy game.
Spargo would win game 3, which came down to the wire. LY was victorious in the 4th game via Cloud's terrible recovery. A last stock game 5 would end with LY getting the sweet spot dragon pin on Spargo to get the upset of the tournament. After only one win in the losers, Spargo would lose to an almost retired player in Aaron.
Oh, I forgot Aaron beat him and then just said, nope, see ya. I stream variety now, fuck you guys. What an absolute Giga Chad maneuver.
Aaron would defeat the number 1 seed and get another monumental upset for the books. Aaron would look tired and mentally exhausted at the end of it all. But he did it. And there you have it.
Let's freaking go. Damn, rip. Made a great video and then retired. You know, I like that for some of these he included, you know, the circumstances around a lot of their underplacements, right? Playing weird characters. And honestly, I think that's the only time he really admitted it. But sometimes you just lose. Sometimes, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen GR Smash, the Mango documentary. It's very good. There's a quote where he's like, sometimes you're the goat and sometimes you're just a buster. Because sometimes you are just a buster. It's just what it is. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This was a good video. I enjoyed doing this. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the business. See you in the next one.